think we're live. Pretty sure we are. Well, good evening, and welcome to Elliot Astro-Imaging. And tonight, we're going to do things a little bit differently here. We are going to do a live session on Facebook. And I'm actually going to post it on my Facebook page. I have it on the Elliot Astro-Imaging group page. I'm actually going to change it and actually do it on my actual Facebook page. So just give me 1 second here. There we go. And we are on, and we are live. Okay. So tonight, what I'm going to be doing is the Eagle Nebula, which is M16. It's been a while since I've gotten this one, almost a year. And what I'm going to be doing tonight is I'm going to be doing two cameras. I'm going to be doing the Orion G3, and then also I'm going to be doing the QHY-9C. Where they stand on both cameras right now, I'm actually going to take quick exposures here so then you can actually see where they are. Alright, so looking at guiding tonight, wasn't looking all that bad. We were running at about 0.5, so I would probably say we can definitely get some good exposures tonight if we were running at 0.5. So I would probably say 1,008, let's see, 900, 960, 1,020, 1,080. I could probably do 1140 tonight. Easily. And we're doing it in hydrogen alpha. So, yeah, this one's going to be a long exposure. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what this is going to turn out to be. How is guiding? Oh, just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So guiding's looking good for that. Camera control, connect, cooler on, yes. Sequence. M16. We did 1180 last time with that one, which doesn't make sense because that's not even a full minute. We could probably do. We'd probably try 1200 with this one. So it might be a longer exposure with this one, but we'll give it a shot and we'll see. That's 20 minutes, and this one's going to be 19 minutes. So we'll see how these turn out. But again, we're doing this completely live on Facebook. This is probably the first time I'm ever doing an actual image session, a complete image session on Facebook Live. So this is completely different. So bear with me, but this should be lots and lots of fun. Again, we're doing the Eagle Nebula, which is M16. And where that sits is we're going right over here, and we're going to zoom in a little bit here. Alright, there it is, right there. Now we also have the Omega, and then a little bit further down, we have M23, M24, and then my favorite, M8 and M20. So this is all in one spot, which is super awesome. This is a great part of the sky. It is getting to be that time of the year where they're actually coming up right around sunset. So you could be able to get a little bit, and then you're going to hit the southern meridian, and then you're going to have to do a flip, and then do it again. So M16 is a wonderful nebula to get. One of the most prominent structures of this is called the Pillars of Creation. And if you look at it really carefully, you can definitely see it in this image, which is super cool. Right here, it looks like there's three little structures right there, which is super awesome. And I'll be getting all this as I'm shooting it in hydrogen alpha, which is really cool. And some info on it. I know I did this last year, but this year we're going to go all out. Last year what we did was we did about 600 seconds, roughly, which is about 10 minutes. This year we are doubling the data. So we are going all out tonight. So we're going to do 20-minute exposures and 19-minute exposures. We should be able to get a ton of detail in this, not only with the QHY, but also with the Orion camera. So this is going to be really cool. And this is a little bit of a description of everything here. Position of the sky, where it sits right now. So that's pretty cool. Position in space, nothing. And its magnitude and actual apparent size. So if you're joining me live, again, we're doing M16. This is going to take a while because it's a 20-minute exposure. So doing this live, it's going to take a little bit, but I'm telling you right now, the final results are going to be absolutely amazing, as long as 1, there's no planes that are going to go through here, and 2, people need to stop shooting off fireworks, because it can definitely mess up an image, especially with heading down to the south side. Got a lot of light pollution out on that south side where the city of Buffalo is. So Eagle does not rise too high in the sky, so you definitely don't get too much away from the light pollution, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll get something. We're at 200 seconds on that one, and we're at 25% on this one. So it's going to take a little bit, so I'm going to just let it go for a little bit. We'll see how this is going to go when it's done. So we're just going to hang out. Pull up guiding, there we go. We're at 0.53. Now I'm also in the mist right now. We are waiting for the second setup. I need to get a webcam for that. Waiting to get it so that we can do planetary also. Right now at this point, planetary, very small. So we have to wait for that. I'm also waiting for a Barlow lens too. So at this point, doing planetary is not all that great. Trying to see where I have the videos so I can at least show everybody what we have for. These are the old ones. What did I do with the sharp cap? I know where they are. They're right here. Sharp cap videos. So I did the moon. This was June 7th. And I just did a quick video with the moon. Now this is with the Astro-Scan Millennium with the Next Image 5. There it goes. So as you can see with the Astro-Scan Millennium, the moon just takes up the entire screen, which is super awesome. Now this was no Barlow lens, no nothing. This was just straight up through the Astro-Scan. It is a 114 millimeter reflector. That's a Newtonian, a mini Dobson, and it definitely took up the entire area, which is super awesome. I did close-ups, which was super cool. So you can see an actual crater, and you could see how centered this was, and it really didn't move much. It is on a iOptron Alt-as / equatorial mount, so it is my secondary setup. So I will be using it as a travel scope or travel mount along with the travel scope, so I'll be able to take it anywhere I want. If I want to go to a dark sky site or go to someone's house, I can definitely do that. I was just testing out the resolution on some of these. You could go all out, but of course the the video quality does not look all that great because I zoomed it in so much. This is apparently this is Jupiter, but as you can tell, it's so big, the numbers don't even really go through. So Jupiter didn't turn out so well with that. So what I did was I actually lowered the resolution down. And now you can start to see some detail. It is in black and white. And then we can even go lower than that, which actually will make it a little bit better, and you can even see it even better. And you can actually start to see some of the bands on Jupiter, which is pretty cool. Again, no Barlows were used in this video, which is really cool. And again, it stays pretty centered. It does not move. Didn't even do any polar alignment, didn't do anything, just hit a button and just go. I just roughly aligned it and then just went from there. So I thought it was pretty cool. I even started doing some of them in color too. I think, what's this one? This one was in color. I was still fiddling with the red, green, and blue, so it took a little bit, and it's kind of greenish, but you can see some of the bands. It's kind of neat. And then I think this was from 612. I only did one, but still pretty awesome. That is one of the greatest features I love about the moon, is right on the end. It's actually, if you're looking at it even tonight, like right now, this second, this would be on the right-hand side of the moon, and it is so cool. It is just amazing. And you would just put this video into Registax, and you can actually get a crisp picture, because you can see the atmospheric disturbances. You can see how it's rippling. What I tell a lot of people is, like, if you're looking at a road, and on a hot day, or even the top of the car, you can actually see it ripple, and that's what this is here with the atmosphere. So every millisecond you're seeing a great picture, and you're seeing some of the craters in there, and then sometimes it'll get really bad. So not bad at all for that night. It was only one picture or one video. Then the 13th, I took, I think this was a star, I think. Yeah, this was a star. I think that's Arcturus. I'm pretty sure that that's Arcturus. So it is possible. A lot of people ask questions who are astrophotographers or even doing planetary imaging. Is it possible to get a star on the next image 5? There it is right there. Again, these are all taken with the Astroscan Millennium, every single one of them. There's another star there. I think that's still Arcturus, or it might be Antares, one of the two. And then I turned to Saturn, I think. Yeah, and then I turned to Saturn, which this didn't turn out too bad either. Again, we'll be getting live views of this probably either the next session or the session after that. As again, I'm still looking for the webcam to point it in the right direction, because I have the hand controller here with me, right next to me, so I can't go outside and check where the mount is pointing, so I can't really do much with that. And there's Saturn again. Once I get to Barlow, it's actually gonna be double the size of this, which I should start to get some detail with this. As I was using SharpCap with this, before that I was using iCap, which is a planetary software program, and I think iCap is about 10 times better, or SharpCap is about 10 times better. The one thing you definitely have to remember, if anybody has used it in the past, is that if you're running on full resolution, it will slow down your computer, and you're going to be running really slow. Even on a super fast computer, it's still going to run really slow. So you definitely want to use resolution, probably I would say 1280 and lower. Don't use a 2592 unless if you're just searching for it, trying to find it, because it is small. Unless you're using a gigantic scope like an 8-inch or 10-inch, but I'm only using a 4.5-inch. So this was the 15th. This was just about 2.5 weeks ago. And still not bad. You can just barely see the outside line of Saturn's rings. So that is really, really cool. This is, I actually fiddled with the colors and actually got the colors right now. You had to look it up online to figure out what the colors were. It had it too much in green. So here you see it bouncing up and down is because I was moving it left and up and down, trying to get it centered as best as possible. But I'm definitely really, really impressed with what the Astroscan can do for planetary. It being a beginner scope, it is really, really good. The optics are great. I mean, I know I mentioned it last season in Elliott Astro-Imaging. I think it was episode 12 or 13, where I did the review on the Astroscan Millennium, and it was fantastic. I mean, you could do planetary with it, you can do stars with it, you can do clusters, you could do bright nebula, you could even put your cell phone up to it and take pictures of the moon. It is such a great scope to get, and if you're just starting out in astronomy, that is definitely the scope to go with. Going back to the image, we're at 85%, so we are almost there. We are oh so close to seeing what this is. Now, the macro lens, the Sigma macro lens moved a little bit, so I don't know if you noticed that when I first started this episode. It did move down, so I have to shift the other scope just up a little bit so that way both of them are centered. It can do that, just based over time. With a lot of tests that I've done, I've accidentally moved it down, but that shouldn't make a huge bit of difference. The other one is at 946, so we're almost there. Alright, for 100 we're pretty good. 200 we're not bad. Now this is increments, so 200 increments at 2 seconds apiece. So this is the last 400 seconds. If I were to take it at 400, this is the last 800 seconds. So we're running at 0.68. That's even that little blip right there. We started the image session right about here, right where it says dither. What dithering means is it actually takes the image and actually shifts the pixels one by one to actually get a more smoother image. And it does that with the Orion Studio for the Orion G3. So it actually hooks it up with PhD, which is PhD 2, and will actually dither the image. So when this image is over at 1200 seconds, it will dither it again. So we'll see what the end result is on this one. But we're at 95%, going on 96. So here we go. Put this in color, fit to window. Where it's going to be is it's going to be right down here. I'd like for it to be right here, but it's going to be down here. Change. Wow, look at that histogram. Whew! Wow, that is bright. Wow. I don't think I've ever gotten a bigger image than this with the eagle in forever. This one should be done too. This one's got 60 seconds. Let me... Wow, the stars look beautiful. I'm impressed. Definitely turned out really, really well. Yeah, I'm really impressed with the way that this image turned out. And I think if I can get at least 5 or 6 of these, I think we're going to do really well. Yeah, this turned out absolutely phenomenal. The detail on this is unreal. Whew! What the hell happened here? Something happened with the Orion G3. I have no idea what the hell happened there. We'll have to take a look at that. We'll come back to that in a few minutes. That's incredible. I'm impressed. What I'm not impressed about is the Orion G3. Let me stop the Orion. Let me just take just a 7-second exposure to see what the heck happened. I think maybe I pushed it just a bit too far. Yeah, I think 1200 is just a bit too much, so we're going to bring it down. 960? Try 960. I think 1200 is just too much for the Orion camera. I think. And what I can do is I can match the two. Put this here. Where are you? You're over here. There you are. What I'm going to do is I'm going to center it. No. No. Stop it. Center. There we go. No, I don't want it to go. Stop going up. There we go. Alright, there we go. And then you can compare, which is super awesome. I mean, that is... What's cool, a lot of people love this structure over here on the left-hand side. You could just barely see it there. That's up here. That is really, really cool. And for this to be a 19-minute image, the stars look pretty good. I think focus was off just by just a hair. You could just see... But still, it's really not bad. Plus, I have this blasted out. Actually, I think those are double stars, actually. They are. Those are double stars right there. Yeah. And of course, this is what it would look like for the fit to window. Which, well, up here. Now we'll do fit to window. There we go. And what's great about this is this is all hydrogen gas. All throughout here, this is all hydrogen. And when you stack this, you'll be able to see just the red channel, which means all this noise of the color you'll see, it will go away and it'll be a black and white image. And what you'll see is you'll get all this detail all throughout here. And it'll be like a little hook right here, which is really, really cool. And this is going to turn out really well. Actually, what I'll do is while we're waiting is we will pull up what it will look like with the red channel. So we're just going to pull this up here. So this is what it looks like with nebulosity. And then you can, this is nebulosity 3. And then you just bring this over to the right, and then you can start to see the image a little bit better. Oop, cut it off just too much. There we go. Okay. So then you can see there's the pillars of creation right there. So you go to image, one shot color, extract the red, go. And what this is going to do is this is going to just use just the red channel off of this image. So then you'll be able to see the actual detail of this image. Because hydrogen alpha is solely just red. There you go. There you go. So now you can really see the detail over here up at the top, all the way through. And this turned out really well. And of course, stacking this image, you're going to get all the detail here and everything. And all the noise is going to go away, and this is going to be a nice, pristine, flat image that you're going to see, which is going to be amazing. And this is all hydrogen gas. That's incredible. I think clouds are starting to get in the way. Let me go outside and go check. But I'm thinking it might be cloudy out there. That's just from the moon. Alright, so that's from the actual moon itself. That's the other problem is too is it's going to hit that meridian soon. Oh yeah, it's going to hit that meridian soon, which means the weight is definitely going to hit soon. So we may have to change targets, unfortunately. So we may not get an image after all from this. Yeah, guiding's bouncing all over the place because it's going to hit that meridian soon. That doesn't mean imaging can stop, because we can always find something else. We can find